This is UFO Girl, Angelia Shear, bringing you another exciting interview. UFOs, missing time, cryptids, and other high strange events. These are real people and their extraordinary encounters. Now sit back, buckle up, and get ready for today's case of interest. Hey everybody, it's nice to be here with you today. I really appreciate George Norrie and Coast to Coast having me on the other night. We had a great time, and I just really appreciate everyone that sent me letters and notes. Today I wanted to do a little video just for you. I've had so many requests about the strange case of Witness J, so today I thought I'd put together just a little short video so you could see just a little bit about the case. I encourage you to get my book and read about that case, which has been ongoing for about 4 years now. A lot of evidence to this case. As I said, we started about 4 years ago. Witness J and his mom, they live on a beautiful farm. As you can see here, the family had about 200 acres to begin with. And he came back home after his father passed away to help his mom run the farm and eventually sell the farm. But the incident happened, Witness J it was early spring in April. They were out, he was out doing inventory on his father's tools and that kind of thing. They were going to have an auction. And he was out in the, I call it a barn, but it's really kind of a metal work shed where they kept tractors and all the tools and that kind of thing. So again, it was cool. He did have a jacket on that evening. He was out in the work shed, as you can see here. There's a long driveway. The house and the barn there is pretty good distance off the road. So something that everyone needs to remember, at this point, Jay had taken out his phone earlier. He had found a little nest of baby birds. It was very important. He took a video. He was going to show his mom how they were doing. He'd been feeding them. He turned the phone off, he thought, and put it in his pocket, and he didn't turn the phone off. It was still running, and this is crucial. At this point, he had a strange feeling to go over to the side door of the barn. When he did, he walked over to his work table. As you can see here, he set his phone down upside down. He thought it was turned off. It wasn't. It was still running. Took his sidearm off, which he never does. Laid it down on this work table and went out. He opened the side door of this work shed, and when he did, he saw a bright flash of light. And then the next thing that he knows, he wakes up laying on his back here about 80 feet from the barn up toward the house. He sees what he calls an edge. It was really the eave of the house that he saw. Took him a little while to figure out where he was and what was happening. At this point, over 3 hours of missing time had happened. So he was trying to get his bearings. When he got up, his jacket was pulled down around his arms. He wanted me to make clear that, to show me that he was almost restrained. When he got inside, he woke his mom up. Again, I'm just going to do a short. All the details are in the book. Thank goodness for Mom. She was ex-military contractor. She thought maybe he had been, accosted or mugged. So she started taking pictures. And as you can see here, he had these strange burns around his ears. He had restraint marks, clear restraint marks around his back, his chest, as you can see here, very clear. Thank goodness for Mom. She did some great pictures. And he had that same burn marks in the top of his head and his scalp, as you can see here. And he also had some strange, look like some scratches, but a puncture wound under one of his arms. Soon as I got wind of this case, I was out there. My team, this is actually a picture of Don Williams. We were measuring in his room there. We did get anomalous readings in the outer wall of his bedroom. Our bug detectors did go off. We did not tear the wall out, by the way. There were, some strange magnetic readings around the barn, that kind of thing. Then we also got some strange fingerprints. Human fingerprints don't usually luminesce under normal circumstances, but we did get some strange fingerprints. We were lucky. After that, all kinds of paranormal events started happening. So the next video that I'm keying up here is the advent of these strange paranormal events. You'll see the witness. He is holding his weapon. He was paranoid after this. You know, I asked him, I said, Jay, why did you go downstairs? He said, I don't know. I just had a feeling something, you know, was going to happen. And so in this, we don't have sound for it, but he's actually talking. You know, he's saying, is there anybody here? What's going on? You know, watch carefully. He doesn't let go of that weapon at all. I mean, I can't stress the trauma that my witnesses go through. And you're going to start to see some activity here. This is kind of some orb activity. You'll see that one trace through. The main orb I want you to look for, it'll be upcoming. It starts toward the front of the video, and as you watch it, there's one that goes up there. The next one, though, it's, you know, it's self-illuminating and it's pulsing as it passes through the video, which is, I think, is incredible that, you know, he had this feeling that something's going on. There we go. Passes through, kind of goes right around him there, and it actually goes up. If you watch there, it goes out a window there in the back of the house. So again, after that initial missing time, just all heck broke loose. There was all kinds of paranormal activity. He actually sent me a video. I'm not including it on this video, but I may include it later. I have a very clear video of a UFO just hovering over the house. It's just blinking like crazy, changing colors. It's very stationary over the house. So things just kept increasing as time went by, as happens with so many of my witnesses. Again, I can't stress enough, my witnesses become incredibly sensitive. It's almost like they know when something is going to happen. So the next picture's coming up. Witness Jay was in his house, and he said, Ange, I just had a feeling that I needed to get my camera and run outside. So I'm so glad he did. He got his camera, he ran outside, and he captured this image of this craft that was over the house. And again, we put it through everything. It's no normal airplane. It wasn't a helicopter. It wasn't a drone. I mean, the light pattern on it's really unusual. First, I thought it might be a helicopter, but it's not a helicopter at all. I'm not sure what that green light is there. That could be a lens flare, but I don't think so. So I just wanted to stress again how the high strange events just continue to happen, and happen in so many of my cases. After, you know, he stood out and watched this object for a while, and it hovered for a few minutes, and then, you know, it went on, no noise. Need to stress that. His mom started having unusual experiences. She woke up one night and she actually felt like she saw an entity actually carrying Witness Jay up the steps, and this grid-like marks were in her visual range. And she goes, you know, I'm very protective, but I didn't even get up. I just rolled over and went back to sleep, and that happens a lot to people. Witness Jay did eventually do hypnosis. In hypnosis, we did recover quite a few other details. We will go into that in another video, but one of them was, to the best of his description, he saw this. So that was a little disturbing. He said, you know, this face, he said it really wasn't mean to him, but it was, you know, very wrinkled. He felt like the entity was very old, and it, you know, had a job. So coming up next is what you've been waiting for, is the clip. I just took a clip out of 2 hours and 20 minutes of audio, so listen carefully. The voice is toward the end.
Okay.